Okay, so let's get started. We are going to make this easy DIY backpack with 3 pieces of fat quarters. So these are just some fat quarters that I got from the store, and they always put them together in these like coordinating bundles, which is so cool. We've got the rotary cutter so that I can cut some super straight lines. Some pins, I'm not gonna lie, I rarely use them. And of course, some scissors. Okay, so let's talk pieces now that we've got them cut. We've got these 2 pieces cut. These are 4.5 by 14, and these are going to be used for the straps. Then we have, this is going to be a pocket, and this pocket and this front piece of the backpack are both 11 by 13. Then we have the back of the backpack, which is this nice beautiful blue color, and it is going to be also 11 by 13. And then we've got flaps. This is going to be for the bottom, and that is 5 by 13. And then this is going to be the flap for the top, which is 7 by 13. And check the comments below for all of the dimensions. First thing I'm going to do is work on this here pocket, and I've got it folded down about 1.5 inches. And if you want to, you can add some pins just to hold it in place. I personally do not do that, just simply because I'm lazy. And it just seems to go a little bit faster when I just fold it down like this. I've matched up the sides again so it's even, and I'm going to just go ahead and hit this with a straight stitch. And boom, this is done. That was done with a 5/8 seam allowance right there. Boom. So now the front pocket is done, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pin this to the front piece of the backpack. So for the pinning of the front, this front pocket right here to the front piece of the backpack, which is right here, I just pinned in 4 corners, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the reason why I only pinned right there is because we are just going to attach this front piece as it is, and we want it to be able to catch both of these pieces to the back. So we're going to do that in a second, but right now we're going to work on our handy dandy, these right here are our straps. So what I'm going to do with these straps is I'm going to fold them over in half like this, and then I'm actually going to take this probably to the iron. So it's going to be essentially half, half, and then fold it over like so. Let me do that again with just the white so that you can see that better. So it's like this. I'm going to fold this in like that. It's essentially just making like large bias tape for any of the people who sew. So we're taking that in, folding that over, and then folding it in half like that. So you're going to be left with about a 1-inch strap, just like this. And then I'm just going to do a straight seam down here, and I'm going to do that with a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Okay, so now both of our straps are done. And again, I did essentially a big bias tape fold over technique in order to make these. I will give more details in the comments below. And now what we're going to do is go ahead and attach the straps to the back of our backpack. So here are the straps, and they are pinned in place. And what I did was I measured 2.5 inches in from each of the edges. I've got a 7-year-old and a 2.5-year-old. So this will be perfect for their backs right here. Again, measure 2.5 inches in from both. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go ahead and attach this right here. This panel right here is for the bottom. So I'm going to attach it this way. So it'll go like that. And so then my straps will automatically be sewn in. And then after I do that, I will also be adding this here top piece. This right here is our flap for the backpack. So we are almost about finished. And I want to show you guys this while I'm doing this. I've changed my stitch setting to 2, which is this stitch right here, for as I go over the straps, just to kind of add in some additional, to make it a little bit stronger. And we're gonna go ahead and continue that to the end of here. Now I normally just do just your basic 1 or 0 or 1 stitch, which is just your basic stitch. But because this is going to be holding the bulk of the weight, I want to make sure that it's enforced a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with my stitch 2, which is essentially a triple stitch. All right, guys, so now we've gotten the flap attached up here, and that is the bottom of the bag. So now what we're going to do is we are going to attach this front piece to this bottom piece like that, so that we can essentially create the pouch that will become the backpack. Very up close, this is what that stitch that I was telling you, the triple stitch, is what it looks like up close. And I've done that on the bottom piece of both of the front and the back here. And again, that is to create a more enforced base, because this is going to be the bottom where most of the weight is. So now that that is done, now we are going to just go ahead and sew up these sides. Okay, and so as you can see here, we went ahead and we sewed up these sides. And this bag is, look at how cute this is on the inside. This bag is ready to be flipped inside out. So let's take a look at what we're doing so far. As you can see, we have our front pouch has been made. We've got the back with our little backpack straps. The last thing that we need to do is to just go ahead and hem this. What I'm gonna do with this front flap, because I don't want it to just kind of like extend out and just be like all over the place, is I'm gonna fold it into a diagonal like that. And over here is about 1 inch, so it's graduated from here to 1 inch. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and hem it and do the same thing with bringing it in for 1 inch on that side.